Somebody warn us!
This is your warning as an Oktokopter. Okay.
That thing chop off my finger?
No, but it'll make a bit of a cut.
A bit?
Probably gets the bone at full power.
Do you want a drum roll?
How do you know? How many test subjects have you gone through? How can you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night? Is this tested?
Beautifully. This has been thoroughly quite tested.
Okay, well I'm hiding behind people.
So I should explain some background. My name's Martin Ling.
I'm going to hide behind
come over from the Edinburgh Hack Lab in Scotland. I'm doing some work with Matternet, which is a startup that's come out of Singularity University down in Ames. The idea of Matternet is to build a transportation network using UAVs to deliver payloads up to 2 to maybe 10 kilograms. In much the same way we move packets on the internet. So you have a network of ground stations and a fleet of UAVs that would move packets point to point between them. The startup's funded as of today and we're hiring. So this is our testbed airplane. This is all built from off-the-shelf parts, and what we're using this for is to help develop various technologies that we're going to need to build the Matternet. So this is fully functional both as manual control and autonomous. So you can take this outside with a GPS and it will position hold, altitude hold, and you can also program waypoints into the navigation controller and have it execute a waypoint flight through those. Power output of those motors at full power is probably about 400 watts total, and the airframe weighs somewhere between 1 and 1.5 kilos and can lift 2 kilos payload. I'm using about 30% power to hover there. If I hit the throttle, it would go into the ceiling at some velocity. It's extremely powerful and extremely maneuverable, but unfortunately I can't show you all that indoors.
It'd be fine.
None of us have safety glasses or helmets on.
I think it's probably about 400 watts overall.
400.
Yeah.
How many channels does your controller have?
The controller will send 12 channels.
Do you need all of them for the
I'm
degree of
using,
control you use?
I'm using, let's see, I'm using 9 at the moment.
And that's really
So you've got four basic flight control channels. You've got throttle, which is over the thrust on the motor. So that's throttle control. You've got yaw, which is side to side rotation.
nice. We can see that when you just start up. You can see them.
Yeah. So that's yaw. And then you've got pitch and roll. Well, not move it around too much in there. So that's your 4. You need 4 channels minimum to fly something like this. And then the other ones I've got here are toggles for altitude hold, position hold. Yes, it can loop.
What kind of
In any direction you like.
what kind of hardware loop do you have for altitude hold and position hold? I mean, how do you know?
So the sensors are gyroscopes, 3-axis, accelerometer, 3-axis, magnetometer, 3-axis, GPS, and pressure. So you've got altitude is primarily done with pressure. We've got GPS as an input as well, but it's not that useful. The pressure sensor can resolve altitude to about that resolution.
Now, the real question is, do you have a pitot heater so your pitot tube doesn't ice up?
Well, there's no pitot because there's no airspeed sensing. It's only static pressure that's being measured. And the